Hello everyone out there, welcome back to Life is a Bowl of Cashews, where life is sweet, salty, and a little nutty. I'm Brian Hull, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Paul! Hello, humans.
Now, let's talk about some randomosity!
Something's going to happen right now.
What's going to happen right now?
I need to talk about something on your desk.
Okay.
The Banjo-Kazooie.
The Banjo-Kazooie?
The Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes, I have multiple Banjo-Kazooies on my desk.
By the way, if you hear little laughter in the background, that would be my daughter. She joined us today in the recording studio because I'm keeping an eye on her.
Yeah. She wanted time with Daddy.
She did want time with me, and I can't say no to that. So if you hear a little laughter in the background, it's my daughter. Say hello.
Hello.
That's her. She's pretty cute. All right,
She is.
Go sit down. All right. Okay, so we need to talk about that.
Banjo-Kazooie, yeah?
No, we need to.
Okay, what about Banjo-Kazooie?
Is it or is it not your all-time favorite game?
It is.
It is your all-time favorite.
Yep.
Absolute.
Yep.
Would you say it's better than Jurassic Park? The game that probably doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Oh,
You
there's
just
a bunch
played
of
one.
Jurassic Park games.
Yeah, you
There's a
just played
bunch.
one. Right.
Yeah, there's like Jurassic World Evolution. There's Jurassic World Evolution 2. There's Jurassic World, the game that was on phones. There's Jurassic World Alive, and that's just games that have come out recently. We're talking about older games. Shoot, what about like the Jurassic Park game at like the arcades?
Jurassic Park. Oh,
where you
I
have like
remember
that big old
those.
plastic gun
Ow.
and you'd shoot the T-Rex and stuff.
Yes, I remember those. But is it better than Banjo-Kazooie?
Well, I've played a lot of Jurassic games in my time. And Banjo, I just said, is my all-time favorite. So,
all right.
no,
I
it's not better.
what?
Wait, Jurassic Park's not better than Banjo.
Oh, okay.
Banjo's better,
I was gonna
in
be
my
like,
opinion.
What? Okay,
No, I love
so-
Banjo.
You what?
No.
Do the witch.
I
I love when she talks. It makes no sense and it's fabulous.
Well, none of them makes sense. One of them's just a burp. I don't know if you ever saw Captain
Who?
Blubber. He's like this hippo. He literally, all of his dialogue is just burping.
Is it really?
Well, like he said, like words will come up on the
Right.
screen, but what you hear is like, blah, blah, blah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's a hippo.
Well, that's just what they
Right.
did
No.
it
That's
for.
what the game interpreted as.
No, just Captain Blubber, who happens to be a hippo, burps all the
You
time.
know, I don't appreciate that. Calling him Captain Blubber because he's a hippo? What's that about?
Well, I mean, they do have a layer of fat to protect themselves, which technically, I guess, is kind of blubber, but not really, because blubber's typically used for insulation from heat, but hippos don't need insulation because it's hot where they are.
There's a lot happening here.
They are related to
Oh,
they are
I got
related
him.
to whales, though.
So, for people who don't know, Mr. Hall over here is adequate's not the word. Extremely knowledgeable about the animal kingdom.
I didn't go to school for it or anything, so
He didn't go to school for it, but he is weirdly knowledgeable about it. I will give you.
I love animals.
I will give you an example
Okay.
of what. No, not you.
Oh no, I thought you were
Give the
giving me like
audience
a
an
question
example.
or something.
All right, I'm gonna give you all an example, and then we're gonna go back to Banjo-Kazooie because I have a question. If I were to say to you, Mr. Hall, what is a rare African swallow's name? What would it be?
A rare African swallow's
There's-
name?
Yeah, well, like not a name like Sally.
Well,
But, like their
no.
not even their scientific name, like just their generic name. What would a rare African swallow's generic name be if you could name one?
A rare one.
Or just an African swallow?
I don't know of any African swallows off the
Well,
top of
now
my
you
head.
just
I know, this is-
extremely
like,
disproved my point.
Well, I was about to say it's like, well,
Okay.
bee eaters are the most common bird in Africa. They go in
Oh.
swarms that are so huge that they just look like these billowing clouds. So that's
Okay, no one knows that besides you, I think.
no, that's not
Bee
true.
eaters, first of all, I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
That just shows how smart I am. Second, I would never have known they come into billowing clouds. Well, I'm sorry. They come together to form what looks like billowing clouds.
Oh yeah.
Never known that. But let me show you
He actually
guys.
had a small cameo in Madagascar Escape
Do you
to
hear
Africa.
this? Do you
The
hear
bee
this?
eaters totally
He
pick on Alex
knows everything.
because he like
about-
beat up one of their nests.
Well, I'd beat him too if they beat up one of my nests.
He didn't realize it was a nest. To him, it just looked like
Doesn't
something
matter.
weird hanging from
Brian's
a tree.
also an animation connoisseur
Yes, I am.
in his spare time.
I have too much fun learning about how animation is done and how animals live. It's basically my two favorite things.
And this guy,
Which is
right?
why Disney's Animal Kingdom is like my favorite theme park
It
ever.
is a really amazing park. Like, if you guys ever have a chance, you need to go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this. I'm one of those people, and I don't know why I do this. And you guys can please disagree with me all you want. I completely hear your opinions. Comment on this, because I can tell you right now, I know I'm wrong. I'm one of those people that if you like something... Is something crawling on me? No, nothing is crawling on me.
Good. I hope not.
That scared me.
Then my studio will
so-
have bugs. I don't want that.
If you like something, you're going to disagree with me too, Brian. Actually, I think you know this opinion. If you like something, you should have at least tried to do it in order to be that obsessed with it. For example, I know that doesn't make sense. For example, you like animation. You're upset. Oh, that's what I mean to say. Okay, so what I mean to say is this, that if you critique something that much, you should at least know the technicalities behind it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I agree.
Okay, cool. So, because there are people who are like, ugh, that film, it was horrible. Well, they've never made a film a day in their life, so how do they know?
Well, that's not entirely
'Cause I don't like
true.
film critics because of that. I'm like, how do you
you
know?
have a big problem with critics in general. Well, a lot of
Because-
film critics have made films.
Yeah.
Some of them have.
Okay, but I'm looking at like Siskel and Ebert back in like the day.
I thought they made something. I thought they worked on like short films or something, or at least worked in a film industry
Maybe?
before they became.
Oh, man, I have this horrible bias against critics, and I know nothing about them.
I will say this:
I am
when
not
I
a
was
good person.
when I was younger, probably around high school or so, to me, what the critics said were law back then.
See, yeah, I
No, I was gonna say, but the older I've gotten, the more I find myself disagreeing with them a lot.
because
But,
okay,
well, because you're dealing with something, it's art.
It
At
is
the end
art.
of the day, it's
art is, and it's
And
your
art-
interpretation.
Art is the most, arguably one of the most subjective things on the face of the earth.
Yes, it is.
So I was convinced in high school and into middle school that there was this perfect, formula to make the perfect
make a
movie. And that was kind of more or less validated to me by looking
Through
at
Star
Pixar.
Wars. Sorry.
I was saying Pixar because
Star Wars.
all the way through my middle school and high school and early elementary, they did not release a bad film critically or financially or with the public.
They did
From
not.
Toy Story to Toy Story 3, everything in between that were masterpieces. The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Monsters Inc.
Define masterpiece.
Okay, maybe Cars isn't a masterpiece, but
We know Cars 2 isn't a masterpiece.
oh no, that's why I stopped it at Toy Story 3 because Cars 2 was the next film after that.
That's a good idea.
So it wasn't in there.
Define masterpiece though, because what I
Wall-E,
consider
Up,
well, that's not
Ratatouille.
defining. Well, okay, what Ratatouille was good. Wall-E. Wall-E's actually pretty good for having barely any script in it. But I will ask this question though.
Yeah.
To me, example, Star Wars is like, that's a movie. That is a movie, sir. Indiana Jones. That is, I know I'm picking a lot of George Lucas-y, Steven Spielberg films, but I am getting, but
Well,
masterpiece
those are
to me,
phenomenals, and they defined an entire genre. So yeah,
did,
they're
they did.
masterpieces in their own right.
but see, and there you go, masterpieces in their own right. Because it's funny, I am not saying I don't like animated movies. I'm
Well-
not saying I love them, but it's funny how society, and I blame this on society, has trained us to say, well, animation can never be masterpieces. Only live action movies can be masterpieces.
Oh, which I break that all the time.
Right, which I disagree with, but my thought process still kind of leans towards that still.
Well, it's hard whenever society around you is shoving that down your throat.
yeah.
It's very easy to slip into that.
But it's really hard to say that when you look at, what's that movie? Oh, honestly, I think it's amazing. It's Coco.
Yeah,
Look at Coco and look
Coco's
how
great.
well done that movie was. Or look at,
that's one of the best things Pixar's done in a long time.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
or Up.
Oh,
like you said, Up.
well, Up is my favorite thing
is
Pixar's ever done.
an amazing emotional. That is an
Mhm.
emotional roller coaster of a ride.
Yes.
But it's amazingly well done. The story, the animation,
Yeah.
the art. I mean, everything. The music is phenomenal.
Yeah, and they did all that by incorporating what makes animation so spectacular, which is the wild, the zany, and the crazy. For example,
Right.
you've got a slew of talking dogs who communicate through their collars, driving and operating heavy machinery in the form of planes
Right.
to take down a house floating by balloons because they're searching for a rainbow-colored endangered bird.
Right. That's a thing. That's a
That's
story.
what I love about it. You get an emotional roller coaster of a ride that truly tugs at the heartstrings of anybody who watches it.
It's a good movie.
And you walk away both laughing and crying. And
Yeah.
because of that, I'm like, and you guys incorporated the wackiest stuff in any Pixar film,
Right.
and you still gave us that emotional center. Boom.
Bravo.
You win. You
Bravo,
win.
Pixar.
You win.
But it's funny because I see that, but I didn't start seeing that until I met you.
Oh.
I
well,
never
didn't know
started
that.
seeing that. I only saw masterpieces like Schindler's List
Oh, but that is a masterpiece.
or The Green Mile.
Once again, masterpiece. That's actually my favorite live action film. I love that
It's
one.
amazing. Or to me, could be wrong, but like I look at movies.
Even Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
I would
Lord of the Rings.
100% make
Lord
that
of the
up.
Rings is a
You finally
masterpiece.
watched it.
Okay, guys, listen.
He finally
Listen.
watched it.
Listen up, guys. I have an issue. This is like.
I think we
this is a
mentioned this
meeting.
in Bippity Boppity Bros before.
Maybe. I cannot for the life of me stay awake and watch a movie. I don't know why. So sometimes I'll come over and hang out with Brian. As I'm hanging out with him, he's playing a video game or something. I don't like playing video games, but I like watching video games. I'm weird. I'm like the
he
gamer
watches
girlfriend,
me.
but I'm not a girlfriend.
Yeah, we would joke around. We would actually get girlfriend reviews,
Yes.
and we would watch them together just so he could see what would be the best game for
Right,
him to
to
watch.
Which we are. I'm not a girlfriend. It's just the funny thing is, it's like I only like watching people play video games. I don't like playing myself, probably because I get frustrated and I'll throw the controller at people. But
At least you know that, though.
I do. I'm very aware of my frustration tolerance because of it.
And I've even let him play some of the games, even the ones that shouldn't make him frustrated, and he just doesn't have fun.
No, I really don't. It's boring. But to watch is fun. It's like, oh, okay, do this. Oh, try that. Oh, that's fun.
You did like Animal Crossing, though.
I do like Animal Crossing. But weirdly enough, my wife adored
Yeah,
past tense
she hasn't
Animal
been
Crossing.
on
She
it
hasn't
for a
played it
while,
for-
but
'cause
for
I
a
think it's
while
kind
there,
of-
it was like every day.
every night. My God, she would always be on it. Whatever. But the funny thing is, okay, going back to Lord of the Rings, I could never, ever stay up long enough to watch 30 minutes of this.
Oh,
Within
he'd be out by the Shire.
15, I'm out. I'm like, good night, and my eyes are heavy. I'm done.
He wouldn't even make it to Bilbo's birthday.
No, it was weirdly, I couldn't do anything. But okay, one day Brian's like, dude, you need to watch Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, okay, well, good luck. Give me some snacks to chew on because that's the only way I'm going to stay awake. And
And we did.
guess what? I lasted 45 minutes.
That one, well, no, we did it in increments.
Yes.
So, like, the first increment was probably about 20, 25 minutes, and then we stopped.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, I can't do this. I'm done.
And then we came back a couple nights later, and then you made it to, like, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Then we came back a couple nights later, then you made it to about hour 20.
Right.
And then by the end of, I want to say, you watched all of Return of the King in one sitting.
We watched all the Return of the King in one city, and then we watched
Every Hobbit film.
every Hobbit film, not in one sitting, but I finished each film.
Each film you finished in
Yeah,
one sitting, except for
which-
the first one, but that was because you had to leave early.
Yeah.
That's
but
different.
Besides that, that was the first time I actually was like, oh my God, I could stay awake during these things.
Yeah.
Because it caught my attention, and I will tell you, Lord of the Rings is now one of my favorite movies. Because I'm like, this was an okay, we're going to talk about Galadriel. We're doing it. Hold on, my ear's itchy. Hold on. We're doing it. We're doing it. Here we go.
I'm
we go.
so excited to hear this. Y'all don't
Here we
understand
go.
how much fun it is to hear him rant about Galadriel.
here we
Well,
go.
not rant, but rant is the wrong word, but you'll know what I mean. Just enjoy.
Okay,
Enjoy.
first, Brian, you got to help me with this. Okay, here we go.
I will help.
So, set the scene. Set the scene, Brian.
So this is in The Hobbit. I want to say it's the second one. I believe it's the second one. The Desolation of Smaug.
Smaug.
It's whenever Gandalf is investigating. Oh, dang it! Why can't I remember the name?
He's at a castle.
He's at a castle.
It's a weird name.
Dang it! I know the castle. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about. It wasn't like the Castle of Numenor or something. But anyways, I'm sorry. All the Tolkien fans are gonna be mad at me. It's like I've only watched the movies. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's wherever Sauron was beginning to gather his strength again.
Right.
At whatever. Oh, Dol Guldur. There we go. Dol Guldur.
Yes.
So he's at Dol Guldur, and he's investigating what's going on because Radagast told him something was up, and so he's in there, and then he gets in trouble, and Galadriel shows up to save the day. So there's orcs everywhere, and she's like getting Gandalf away.
So mind you, one of the big orcs, he's a powerful dude. He has someone. Who does he have? Like
he's got Gandalf.
Does he have Gandalf?
He's got Gandalf.
He has Gandalf at knife point, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Or at least he's going after Gandalf.
I thought he was holding Gandalf hostage. He's holding somebody hostage.
I don't know about that because like they were all rushing towards him, and I think Galadriel said something like, "If you take one more step towards him, you will perish," or something like that.
Oh no, she did not say that.
It wasn't? Okay.
It was something far more powerful. I forgot, which makes me sad. Basically,
we should have watched the scene again before we talked about this.
Well, we didn't know we were going to talk about it. Basically, she said, take one step forward and I'm going to blow your face off. And let me tell you why. Because this beautiful, first of all, we're going to talk about how beautiful Galadriel is inside and out.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Inside, she's the most kind, humble human being to ever walk the earth. Outside, she's Cate Blanchett. So that's all I have to say. She's gorgeous. So then we have those two things, right? Inside, oh my God, the woman's got a heart of gold. So I would say it's better than gold. So she walks up.
Diamond?
Sure. She walks up to this ugly orc and she's all like, take basically one step forward or try me and you're going to regret it. He tries her, and let me tell you what happened next, people. She barely flicked her wrist. Barely. A shockwave came out of this woman, hit the orc, and literally disintegrated him. And then this shockwave was seen pretty much throughout Middle-earth and felt.
I don't think it was quite
It was.
The orc thing, yes. It basically disintegrated the orc, but it didn't go past that.
I don't care. It seemed like it. She barely flicked her wrist. She went boop and dead. It wasn't. And the best part was Gandalf's face. What the heck? I mean, it was a.
Well, I mean, he was kind of out of it. He was a little messed up.
WTH moment. And then what's his name was there too? The Elf Lord. He was there too.
Elrond?
Yeah, he was there too.
Elrond was there, yeah.
He was there too. And he looked like. What? Yeah, that's Galadriel. Like, we all know she's the most powerful force on Middle-earth. Like, what about it? Okay, I just want to set this for you. So, again, she flicks her wrist, and I'm going to tell you how I reacted here. She flicked her wrist, death, and then my jaw dropped to the floor, and I went, what? And that was it. And I was just, I had Brian pause the movie so I can better reflect on what happened.
He was just sitting there going, did you see what she just did?
Like, it wasn't even a try. She literally just went, poof.
From then on out, Galadriel has been his favorite.
Galadriel is a perfect being of a specimen who can do this. I mean, I love her. I'm in love with Galadriel. And now we're watching the Amazon Prime series.
And that's interesting.
Which is interesting. First of all, you know what? I like it so far. I know people have their problems with it.
I'm having my own problems with it.
I get it. I really do. And for someone that doesn't know the canon very well, and I know this is not based in any way, shape, or form on the canon, but if someone doesn't know the story very well, I probably won't get as mad at it. But I will tell you, there was one part, and I'm not going to say anything for people who haven't watched it, but there was one part that Galadriel did something, and I was just like, both Brian and I were like, really? Really?
Oh, you mean by like the stupidest thing she did?
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing? Both of us looked at each other and go, why would you do that?
It was stupid.
It was stupid. I'm like, that was the most stupid. And I'm like, lady, you're Galadriel. In about 400 years, you're going to blow some orc's head off.
Oh, centuries.
Like,
it's not 400 years. It's a lot longer.
Century is 100 years.
Millennia.
There you go. In like a millennia, you're going to blow some orc's head off by barely flicking your wrist. You're smarter than this. And no, she wasn't in that moment. I blame it on trauma and grief. That's my psychological opinion.
Okay.
But think about it. She's going to the thing. Okay, she's doing the thing. They're on their way to the thing. And then she's all like, no, I don't want to do the thing. And she literally makes the most stupid decision of her life.
I mean,
during that time.
You're not wrong. It was a stupid decision.
What is gonna drive that decision besides what happened? Trauma and grief.
I'm saying I don't know.
Because during any type of trauma and grief, you will experience some odd behaviors.
Because I feel like the Galadriel that we know from Lord of the Rings is not this girl.
No. It isn't. Now, mind you, they picked a great actress. That, to me, looks like Galadriel younger.
Looks like her, yes.
Acting, no. Behaviorally, no.
But looks like her, yes.
But then again, let's think about it. This was how long ago before the Galadriel we met?
Oh, gosh. This is at the beginning of the Second Age, I want to say it was, and we didn't need to know her till like the end of the Third Age.
Okay, so we didn't know her to the end of Third. That is a millennia, probably, right?
I don't know how long an age is, but
okay,
it's a long
time.
It's a long time.
So she's young still. She's not as wise as the Galadriel we met
at
the end of the Third Age.
Still.
That was still the most stupid thing I've ever seen anyone do. And if you had an ounce of a brain.
Yeah, I don't care how wise you think you are. If you do that, I'm like, you're a moron.
Yeah, that was the most stupid thing. So I'm staring at Brian.
The wiser thing to do would be to never start the journey in the first place, but whatever.
But did she have a choice?
Yes.
No, she didn't.
She showed she had a choice when she didn't fully go.
I guess that's true. So she could have stopped it. But then she would have been shunned.
Okay. She's going to get shunned when she gets back anyway.
It doesn't, man. And it was a harder journey to get shunned.
A way harder journey. What's one thing? It's just like
that way.
Like y'all start your journey. Where's Galadriel? I guess she's not here. Let's go. She's hiding in the bushes, and it's like, ha! Now I don't have to go.
I did it. But no. Instead of that, she did something even more stupid. Yep. Which in Middle Earth, as I am reminded by Brian, or was told by Brian during the scene, on Middle Earth, in that environment, there's some things.
There's some messed up stuff.
And we saw one of the messed up stuff.
Oh,
so I am telling you right now, most stupid decision ever. Sans that, Galadriel is the coolest being to ever walk the earth, and I love her. I'm in love with Galadriel. I'm in love with Galadriel. I really am. That was a really good song. Anyway, that is my rant on Galadriel, who I adore with all. And by the way,
do you want to get back to Banjo-Kazooie at some point? Because you said you had a point.
Yes, I actually had a point. Oh my
but that's what I love about these conversations. We go through like 30 rabbit holes, and then we get back to the main thing you wanted to talk
We'll get there. Okay, so Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
When I was a young gentleman, I played Banjo-Kazooie for 10 seconds. And the reason I did is because I got to the first boss, which, mind you, looking back, is the easiest boss ever.
What, Mongo the gorilla?
Yeah.
Oh, he's nothing.
Yeah, well, I got mad. I took the controller that I had. At the time, it was a Super Nintendo.
Oh, no, not Mongo. Congo the gorilla.
Whoever it was. At the time, it was a Nintendo 64, I want to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I'm playing my Nintendo 64, right? Whatever. I'm with my good friend at the time. I'm frustrated that I can't win this, so I take the controller and I throw it at his region. I throw it at his
nether regions.
His nether regions.
The tenders for all you Kung Fu Panda fans.
Right there. And he screams, rightfully so, hits me, rightfully so, and then laughs, not rightfully so, but funny. And I was like, that's when I realized I can't play games anymore. Actually, what made me realize I can't play games anymore, do you remember Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you play that growing up? I don't know if you did.
Not really. That was too graphic for my parents to let me play it.
For the Texas people.
But I saw people play it at their houses.
So,
I knew about it.
So I played Mortal Kombat a lot as a kid. That tells a lot about my violent streak now. But at the time, this is when I really realized I couldn't play games, is there was a guy named Radon, I think. He was a lightning god.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I didn't get to play it.
He had this hammer, and he can hit people with the hammer. And I got really excited, and I swung my controller at my best friend's face like a hammer, and I hit him. It unplugged.
Wait, were you still friends afterwards? Because after getting hit in the
We were
nether
friends
regions and
for-
getting smacked in the face.
We were friends for 20 years after until he died.
Wow. That's
So,
dedication right
That
there.
is. We were best friends. We would laugh at stuff like that because he hit me back pretty hard and I bled. But the point is,
Dang.
the point is,
Y'all, and you're sitting over there going like, wow, Brian, I can't believe y'all played all these like rough housing games with each other. I'm like, well, I didn't smack my friends in the face with an N64 controller. We
it
just do
was
the swap and licks
funny.
thing, you know, where you like hit them and then they hit
Oh,
you
no, we
back
didn't
and
swap
you keep
licks.
going
We
till someone
swapped
gives
Nintendo
up.
64 controllers on our faces. All that being said, that's when I learned that I cannot, for the life of me, play video games. So I stopped. And the B game, too. I'm not going to start on the B
The
game.
B game?
Don't even.
What B
I'm
game?
so upset about that game.
I need to know about the B game now.
Bumble. That game.
Bumble?
Bumble.
I didn't know Bumble.
Don't play it. That's the most evil game on the planet.
Well, you probably say that as a child who played it and it was difficult, but
yeah, it was.
I want to play Banjo-Kazooie with you and you see how easy
Okay, that's
Congo
where I
the
was
gorilla
going.
is.
That's where I was going. So years and years and years and years later, I'm hanging out with Brian, and he's like, "Oh, one of my favorite games, Banjo-Kazooie," and so he plays it, and he goes through the whole game with me, right? And so I'm playing this with him, and I'm going, "This is it? Like it's so easy." It's a hardish game,
It has some moments that
But
are
it's
hard, especially
easy.
I played the Xbox 360 version.
but that
and-
showed me, Brian. Your gameplay showed me. I do not have the frustration tolerance for it because I'll kill somebody. So I've decided not to play games anymore. I've become the gamer friend
Yeah.
who
Which
just
that's
sits
totally
there
fine.
and watches people, and I'm like, oh.
Like, you had fun watching me play Stray the other day.
What is it? Oh, Stray's
Stray.
such a fun game.
That was fun.
And
We-
first of all, can we talk about that for a minute?
Stray? Yeah, we can talk about Stray.
They put too much responsibility on that cat.
They
Too much.
absolutely did. If y'all have ever played Stray,
What?
if you've ever played Stray, I'm sure you sat to yourself at some point thinking, what is wrong with these robots' brains?
Like,
Because it's like,
seriously.
you're a cat. You're not a special cat.
No.
You're not this miraculous cat that
No.
has superpowers.
That's it.
You're a stray cat.
That's it.
And granted, you're adorable.
You're an adorable.
You're adorable.
And one of the very few organic life forms still.
Yes. But these robots see you and they're like, okay, here's our master plan. You're going to go over here and distract him while I go do this. And I need you to deliver this. I need you to deliver this like highly combustible material to
Yes.
the other side of
Yes.
town.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a cat.
Yeah, well, guess what? We did it.
Who in their right mind is over there saying, let's give this cat all of these insanely... I get it because it's a game.
I know, we get it. But it's like, who thought, as the gaming developer, going, you know what? My cat's super smart. All cats must be like this. You want to transfer nuclear combustion stuff over to the next block? Go ahead. My cat can.
Now, don't get me wrong. We loved the game. It was very fun.
Yeah.
And this is not ragging
And
on saying
don't
the game
forget
is
the
bad.
robot that he had. He had a friend.
Oh.
N95.
I thought it was B12.
That's oh yeah, because it reminded me of the vitamin shot. I'm like B12 because it's energizing. Apparently, I thought it was N95 like the mask.
No, B12.
Oops, my bad. So B12 was adorable.
Yeah.
And he would go meow, and then B95 would go B95. I can't.
B12.
B12 would come out and go boop beep boop, and then do and then do other things. It was a great, adorable game, but far too much responsibility for a little stray cat.
Oh my goodness!
I named him
was-
Orangey.
Like, you
Orangey
did.
the
You never
cat.
said that while we were playing.
You would have made fun of me.
I would. So
he
you
was
said do it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Orangey.
Orangey
I
the
can't say
cat.
much. In my Jurassic World Aftermath game
Exactly.
that I did, I named him Blue. No, it was Green, Orange, and Tiger Blue.
That's stupid.
But it was fun.
I'm disappointed. in your
I can't
creativity.
get mad at Orangey.
I'm dancing right now. Dancing. Okay.
I was
back
gonna
to-
say something now. I
Back
don't
to
remember what it was.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes,
sorry.
Banjo.
So Banjo, great game. I love it. I realize now I should not have thrown the Nintendo 64 controller at my friend's nether regions. I apologize to him profusely if he's listening. Sans that, great game though.
Yes.
Really is a good game. Graphics, I love. Brings me back to 84. Because
that was not the
what
Gravis
was that,
in 84.
2000?
No, that was 97. 97,
Oh my
98.
God, 97.
No, it was 98.
I'm old. So
You almost did that to the Banjo-Kazooie. I'm old. I am really old. Just give me a cane and geriatric surgery.
Wait. What is geriatric surgery?
Surgery you get when you're old.
Which would be?
I don't know. What do people get when they're old?
Like
hips replaced?
Not all old people get their hips replaced. And not like all the hips, just like one at a time here. That would be a bad surgeon. Mrs. Ethel, we're going to go ahead and replace both your hips at the same time. What?
I'm just like Iron Man.
Just like Iron Man. This is stupid. So, no. So, give me another example of geriatric surgery.
I don't have one.
I have not.
I don't have
in my
one.
10 years in practicing type of in a medical community have I heard anyone say, "Oh, we have geriatric surgery today, everybody," and we all went, "Oh crap! Here comes Mrs. Ethel and her hips."
I'm gonna be like Iron Man.
Please picture Brian Hall shimmying when he does this. He's shimmying.
I'm coming to become Iron Man.
That's it. That was it. So, okay, I don't know what geriatric surgery is, but I'm happy we had that conversation.
Oh, good golly molly.
That's the thing. But yes, that is a theme song. Brian, I have a question before we tie this thing up here. Why?
Why what?
Why? And this is a random question.
Okay.
But it's a why question to start with. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Die! Sorry, I know people will be upset if there's not at least a couple impressions in here.
Can you please do it? You did SpongeBob. You gotta do what I like. You gotta do it.
Wait.
Besides,
Wait.
do the.
That'll do.
I love that. Okay, wait. Besides that one, my other favorite.
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. Sweet chocolate. I always hated it.
I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I forgot what I was going to ask you. So there we go.
Oh, that's fun.
That was really sad. But it also shows I need some geriatric surgery, apparently, because I can't remember anything anymore. I need geriatric surgery. I guess maybe geriatrics, I don't know what that would be. I mean,
I feel like I've heard that somewhere. I couldn't explain it to you where it came from.
There are geriatricians, which are like geriatric specialized
I thought they were
doctors.
nutritionists for guys named Jerry.
This is why we can't have a serious podcast. If I wanted to do a medical podcast, we could.
Well, you would never have a medical podcast with me because I'd sit there going, I don't know, but I faint at the sight of blood, so don't talk to me about it very much. Because then I'll pass out.
Oh, I was over. I thought it was.
Well, I mean, it's Spiral Mountain theme song.
Oh. Yeah.
What?
Ridiculous. Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. It has been an amazing podcast so far.
It's been fun. But I think just to keep it up, we need one moment of something completely random.
Do it.
No, you got to do something random.
I have to do something random first.
Yeah, you have
and
to do
then
random first.
it triggers.
Then it'll trigger that.
Okay. You know what we need? We need a little bit of randomosity.
Randomosity!
I don't even care if I say something random. It just happened. Okay.
I'll say something random.
What? If you have to think about it, it's not random.
Hamburgers are good.
Cheese puffs. That's random.
Cheese puffs.
Hamburgers are good. I can't eat hamburgers, but thank you for bringing that up.
You just can't
I
have.
can't even eat cheese puffs.
You can have. Oh, I love the cheese puffs. They're good.
Did I ever tell you my cheese puff story?
There's a cheese puff story?
There is a cheese puff story.
Oh, there's a cheese puff story.
We'll save that for the next podcast.
Oh, now I want to know the cheese puff story. Will you tell me off air?
I'll tell you off air the cheese puff story. Because the cheese puff story can get a little...
Does it get a little cheesy and a little puffy?
It gets a little puffy and raunchy at the same time.
Whoa. Whoa. That's not that kind of podcast, sorry.
No, it's not. That's why I'm not saying it on there.
You just said we're going to say it for the next episode.
Oh. Maybe. I'll clean it up. I have to clean the story up.
Okay.
I think David's heard the Cheese Puff story.
I don't know.
David, have you heard the Cheese Puff story?
He's not on air with us.
Oh, that's awkward. Any random...
Did you just turn this into like a Dora the Explorer? David, do you remember the Cheese Puff story?
His face! Oh my
You
God.
do? Great!
Dora, the Explorer. Boots and super cool
Vámonos,
Explorer,
let's
Dora.
go!
Yeah! Dora. Do you hear my daughter in the background?
I do. Yeah, you got that reference, didn't you?
She's pretty cute. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today at Life is a Bowl of Shoes. Cashews, that is.
Where life is salty, sweet, and a little nutty.
Your face. Hey, girly, come here. Say goodbye to the good audience. Ready? Come here.
But don't say goodbye. Don't say bye to the bad audience.
Yeah, only say goodbye. Say bye-bye. Oh, perfect. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you next time. Your Life is a Bowl of Cashews. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be our best friends, because honestly, we need them.
Podcast
On
oh,
YouTube.
you follow? Oh yeah, we do
Duh.
on YouTube also.
We need friends. Sorry, guys. Bye.
Otherwise, we just sit here and talk to each other. That's terrifying.
That's what we're doing right now.
I know, and yet people want to hear this.
It's sad.